So good morning, everyone. And I'm going to invite you to take a comfortable seat. And you don't have to be cross-legged, but just in some way that your spine is nice and long. And today we'll do a stretching practice that is soothing to the nervous system. How's that sound? And so as you settle into your seat and you start to connect to your breath, I want you to imagine that you could, and I believe that we can, connect to your nervous system and your energy body, and just see if you can get a feeling of what's happening in your body. So a lot of times I say, like, check into your physical body, but see if you can connect with that energetic flow, you know, like any irritation or like anything that might just feel a little bit off. And then as you're breathing, we're going to take the hands up towards the top of the head, and you can touch the head or not. And you're going to inhale with your hands up there. And as you exhale, you're going to glide your hands over your energy body all the way down to the ground. Inhale, reach your arms just up to the head, and exhale, soothe that body. And imagine, and you can do it touching the body, or you can do it just hovering over the body. And as I've been known to say, intention is everything. So imagining that you're actually soothing your body, okay? And then after doing that a few times, bringing your hands onto your legs or onto your body and taking a few long, smooth breaths. And possibly inhaling nose, chest, belly, exhaling belly, chest, nose, or just focusing on a long, smooth inhale and exhale. And so after having checked in with your energy body, thinking about how you want to feel. So I was a little frazzled because the internet, had gone out. And so for me, it's, I want to get back to my center. And then once you've set your intention, releasing your hands, and you can place them wherever you want. And I just want you to make little tiny circles with your body. So your butt stays on the floor, and you're going to go a few times in each direction. And if you're drawn to make bigger circles, go ahead and do that, but I'm inviting you to make small ones. And then we're going to, however you're sitting, we're going to stretch the legs out. And so you're sitting up, your spine is long, you might have a blanket under your butt, your hands are going to be on your legs, inhale is going to be sitting up, exhale, you're just going to slide down your legs. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And you might feel a little stretch in the back of your legs, especially if you have your feet flexed. And we're going to do it a couple more times. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And one more time. And then once you come up, you're going to take your right foot and slide it up to your inner thigh. Hands again on your thigh. Your left foot is flexed. You're going to inhale up and exhale, slide down that leg. And you're moving at your own pace and noticing all of those wonderful sensations in your body. Your leg, left leg is engaged, your right foot's pressing on your thigh. And this last time, I want you to connect with your lower abdominals as you're inhaling up and exhaling, sliding down. And next time you come up, we're going to straighten out that right leg, bring in your left foot. And again, get yourself situated. And I'm kind of sitting in an angle so that you're not looking at the bottom of my foot. And again, hands are on the thigh. Feel your butt on the ground. Inhale up, exhale, slide down. And it's also nice for the nervous system if we can keep our eyes closed, right? So if that feels good and safe to you, as long as we're on the ground today, I invite you to keep your eyes closed, and hopefully I'll be clear enough in my cues that you'll know what to do. So again, this last time, I want you to engage your abdominals so that you can feel them. Inhale up, exhale, slide down that leg, and then inhale up again. And now we're going to take both feet in. So the bottoms of your feet are connected and the knees are bent. And we're going to take the hands onto the bottoms of the feet. And what I want you to do is I want you to use your thumbs to go right into the center of the padded part of your feet. So it's kind of under the second and third toe. And your fingers are on the top of the foot, the thumbs on the bottom. And I just want you to massage right into the center of the foot there. So you're just at the top of the arch, at the base of the padded part of the foot, and you're doing a gentle massage. And you're still breathing. And then we're going to stop massaging. You're going to open up your feet like you're reading a book. So the pinky toes stay on the floor and you're kind of pressing out the big toe part of the foot. Elbows stay in towards your body. You're going to inhale up and exhale down over your legs, your forehead reaching towards the feet. And of course, it's going to be, dependent upon the flexibility of your spine, among other things. And keep breathing. And make sure that you only come forward enough so that you can still breathe fully. And on one of these inhales, you're going to come on up. And then you're going to place your hands on the floor, but just in a way that they're supporting you. Your weight is all in your butt and your feet. And let's bring the left knee to the top of the right knee, right? So the right knee's still on the ground. And then you're going to lift up that left knee and bring the right knee over onto it. And you're moving slowly with your breath, side to side, and paying attention to what's happening in your side body as you're moving. And there's no rush. Long, smooth breaths. And this next time that we go over to the left side, so whenever you get over to the left side, I want you to walk your hands a little bit closer to your body. So both the knees are pointing towards the left. You're going to take your left hand onto the right outer knee and make your body long and start to twist towards the right. And for most of us with our legs in this position, it'll be a little bit, kind of a smaller movement. Take a nice deep breath here, and maybe one more. And then we're going to make our way back to the center and then over to the right side. And again, as you settle the knees towards the right, you're going to walk your hands in and take that right hand to the outside of the left knee and start to gently twist your body to the left. Making sure that you can breathe fully. Take a couple of nice deep breaths here and notice all of those wonderful sensations. And after your next exhale on the inhale, let's come through the center. And then if you have some tennis balls, let's find some tennis balls, and we're going to take them to the front of the sits bones. So your butt stays on the ground, and you're going to press in those tennis balls. And then just very carefully start to, you can either move your pelvis like side to side or front to back. Just kind of see what feels good. It's an exploration. And you're still breathing. And again, your eyes can still be closed if that feels good. And when you start to feel complete with that, we're gonna take the tennis balls out and then move them to the lower back. So again, your butt stays on the ground. You're gonna place both those tennis balls, lean back into them, bend your knees, and gently move your knees side to side. And again, it's an exploration. So like I kind of move my pelvis a little bit, I'm moving my knees a little bit. Your arms are just there for balance. And of course, you're still breathing. And one more, we're gonna take the tennis balls out, and now they're gonna go to the outside of each sits bone, right? But make sure that it doesn't hurt. And again, you're gonna move your knees side to side. And if it doesn't feel good being on your hands, you could have blocks under your hands. You could be on your elbows. Now, when you start to feel done with this, we're going to take the tennis balls out. And what I want you to do with your hands, and this can be as light or as deep a pressure as you want, you're going to start at the tips of your toes and just brush or massage your hands up the lower leg and all the way up to the top of your hip. And then you'll take the hands down to the tips of the toes again and work your way up. So we're moving from the toes up towards the hip and not brushing back down. We're only brushing towards the body. And then after doing that a few times, if there's a certain part, like I noticed I wasn't getting the back of my thigh, so if you want to just do that a few times from the knee up to the hip. And then we'll move to the second side at your own pace, tips of the toes, lower leg, up towards the hip, and you're still breathing. And for some of us, the hands might get a little bit tired here, and you could use tennis balls or something else. You could also use the knuckles, right, as a different sensation than the fingers. And again, as you are starting to complete, noticing if there's any part that you missed, and then, of course, giving some attention to that part of the body. Now, once you're complete, I want you to, we're gonna work with the upper body for a moment. So find a comfortable seat, you know, straight legs, bent knees, kneeling, whatever feels good. Find your tennis balls, and we're gonna roll out the hands a little bit. And just remembering when we're rolling out with tennis balls that you decide how much pressure you want to put in, you know, and I like to do the padded part of the hand first and then make my way in towards the center, just exploring and seeing what feels good to you, and then maybe squeezing the tennis balls a little bit if that feels good. And if you don't have tennis balls, of course you can use your hands, or any other prop that you find around your house, as long as it's not too hard. Now, once you're done with your hands, and some of you might want to work a little bit longer, we're gonna move up the arms, right? So you're gonna try to keep your arm fairly relaxed. You're gonna start at the tips of the fingers and just gently run your fingers, knuckles, hands up your arms. And again, making your way all the way up into the shoulder. And when you are done with one side, you'll make your way over to the second side. Now, again, when you're complete with that side, we're gonna do our hands on the belly, lower part of the belly, nice circles, and then eventually upper body, a little bit on the neck, and around your head. And you might even do like a little, like not too much with the fingernails, but with the fingertips. Again, pushing towards the center of your head. All right. And you might have noticed as soon as I'm done, I kind of flick my fingers, so releasing any excess energy that built up in my hands. And from here, we're going to make our way onto the hands and knees. And you can have a blanket under your knees. You can also be on your elbows. And you're going to engage those lower abdominals. And I know we do this a lot because I just love what it does for our body. And we're going to inhale up and exhale down towards child's pose. So again, you can be on your elbows or you can be on your hands, inhaling up, exhaling down. And noticing all those wonderful sensations in your body, moving as quickly or as slowly as your breath moves. And the next time that you're up on your hands and knees, we're going to step forward with your right foot and then slide that left knee back a little bit. And I like to have the toes turned under on the back foot. You're going to isometrically pull foot and knee towards one another. You could have blocks under your hands. And then you might make your way up, hands onto the thigh, or you might keep your hands down, whatever feels good. You might start to work that back knee back a little bit. But of course, you're moving in a way that feels good to your body. And we're breathing as we hold this position. And then very carefully at your own pace, whenever you're ready, you're going to start to walk the hands back. You're going to straighten that front leg, possibly flex the foot, and then bring your body and head towards your leg. And you might want to inhale body up, exhale towards the leg, or you might just want to hold the body towards the leg. And breathe. And of course, we're moving in a way that feels good to us. And some of you might want, if you're not moving through the body, you might move through pointing and flexing your foot. You know, and I give you a couple of different opportunities so that you can kind of see what your body wants today, right? Now we're going to eventually start to bend that knee and walk our hands forward. And one more time, sliding that right knee behind your hip a little bit more, or working your way hands up onto the thigh, or even reaching your hands up. But of course, making sure that whatever choices you make, it feels good. Now, on your next exhale, whenever that happens to come, we're going to release the hands, step back with that foot, and then bring your right foot forward. So again, turning the left toes under, isometrically pulling foot and knee towards one another, hands on the ground or on the thigh, long, smooth breaths, maybe shifting that back knee back, whatever feels good to you. Maybe one more breath. And again, next exhale, we're going to bring the hands down, start to walk the hands towards the body, straightening the right leg, possibly flexing that foot. And with the exhale, bringing the head and body towards that leg. And again, possibly inhaling up, exhaling down, or holding yourself towards the leg, possibly pointing and flexing the foot. And you'll notice depends if your eyes are open or not, my butt is not near my heel, right? So I'm not sitting back on that back foot. Still breathing long, smooth breaths. And again, in your own time, on an inhale, we'll start to walk ourselves forward. Maybe turn those left toes underneath and possibly hands up onto the thigh or arms reaching up towards the sky. Now I want you to think about this next transition. When we're done, we're going to bring ourselves into a forward bend, right? So you might bring your hands to the floor and then lift that back knee up and step your back foot forward, but in some safe way, you're going to bring yourself into a forward bend. And then bring your hands onto your feet or your legs, and the inhale is going to be halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana, and exhale in to your full forward bend. So you're moving up to a half forward bend, into your full forward bend. A few times with your breath, keeping your hands the entire time connected to your legs. And on this next inhale, let's come all the way up. So you're going to slide all the way up. And once you come to the top, make sure that you're balanced and comfortable. And we're going to roll through the shoulders. So inhaling, shoulders up, exhaling, shoulders back. Keeping your hands the entire time touching your body. Obviously, if that's difficult and uncomfortable, you can remove your hands, but kind of doing an exploration today about keeping the hands connected to the body. And then when you're complete with that, finding a comfortable stance, maybe, hip distance apart with your feet, feeling your feet on the ground. And we're going to have the hands on the thighs, and you're going to find a non-moving spot in front of you on the floor. The inhale, heels come up, exhale down. Inhale, heels up, exhale, heels down. Now we're going to move the hands to the outside of the legs, right? So kind of outside of your hips. And again, inhale, heels up, exhale, heels down. And we're going to add on the next time. So if it sounds good, on the inhale, you're going to lift your shoulders and your heels, and exhale, come down. Inhale, shoulders and heels up, exhale down. And one more time. Inhale, heels up, shoulders up, exhale down. Now, once you settle your feet onto the floor, you're just going to bend one knee and then the other, and you might start moving your hands up onto your hip as you move. So like as my left knee bends, my right hand comes up onto my hip. And because our feet are close together, it's not going to be a big movement. And the next time you finish your second side, we're going to take a wide stance, but not super wide, right? So maybe like feet a meter apart, depending on the length of your legs. Feet are parallel. Again, hands are on the thighs. Inhale is going to be standing up. Exhale, you're going to bend your right knee and slide your hand down. Inhale up. Exhale, slide down that thigh. And moving with your breath. And you won't be able to go as deeply the closer your feet are together. So just being aware of that as you're moving. Last time when we go to the left, now we're going to add on. So inhale's going to be up. Exhale, you're going to bend that right knee, slide the hand down, and reach your left arm up in line with your ear. Inhale up and slide down the left leg as the right arm stretches. Inhale back to center. And we're going to do one more time on each side. Great. Now when you come up, we're going to roll through the shoulders one more time, keeping the hands on the thighs. And then pause for a moment, check in with your breath and your heart and your body. Now we're going to take the left hand onto the right hip, And your right hand can be on the right hip, or if you have a wall behind you, you could have it there. Inhale is going to be up. Exhale, you're going to slide down that leg as far as it's comfortable. Inhale, slide up. And then slide your right hand over to the left hip. Exhale, slide down. Inhale, slide up. And we're just sliding the hands from hip to hip. Inhaling as we come up through the center, and exhaling as we slide down. And just moving slowly with your breath. And the next time that you come down the left side, you're going to make your way back up to the center and step your feet about hip width apart. We're going to take that block and put it between our thighs. And if you don't have a block or something that works as a block, or you don't want to use it, that's fine. Feet are still about hip width apart. Again, hands are going to be on the thighs. Your inhale is going to be up. The exhale, I want you to feel your feet on the floor, like really engage those feet like you've grown roots. And then you're going to sit back into a mini chair. So inhale, standing up. Exhale, come down into a mini chair. Making sure the lower back feels good, that you're pulling into the center with your thighs, and of course, moving with your breath. Now this next time that we exhale down, we're going to hold the position. You're going to take the heel of your hand, press into the top of the thighs, and then shifting your weight, if it's safe and comfortable, you're going to take those heels off of the ground. Keep breathing, long, smooth breaths. Next, exhale, heels are going to come down. You're going to slide down into your forward bend. Hands are on your legs wherever they come. Now I want you to reach out with your butt and then you're going to shift your hips over to the right, come through the center, and then shift your hips over to the left. So your feet are staying stationary, your arms are wherever they are on your legs, and you're just shifting through the hips. And I tried different directions. Hopefully you'll understand what I'm talking about. Now next time you finish your second side and come through the center, you're going to inhale, slide up. And if you have a wall or like the back of a sofa or something close by, you can take your butt and place it on the wall, or you can do this in the center of the room. I want you to find a comfortable seated position. And it actually would be kind of nice if you did have a wall close by, but I know not everybody will. So if you don't have a wall, you could just be in the center of the room. But if you do have a wall, that would be awesome. And you're going to come to a comfortable seated position. Bring your shoulders towards the wall, if you have one, and then possibly your head. But when your head comes back, make sure you're not opening up lifting your chin towards the sky. So it's like you're reaching back with your ears as opposed to the top of the head. Now, if you're on the wall, you're going to stretch your arms out, palms towards the wall, and then the movement is just going to be bringing your thumbs towards the sky and then thumbs towards the floor. Now, if you're in the middle of the room, you can do that same thing. You're just not pressing against the wall. And next time your palms are open, you're going to take the hands to overhead and back down to shoulder height. Inhale up, exhale down. One more time, because I bet those quads are getting a little bit tired. Relax your hands onto your thighs and stand up. Long, smooth breaths. Check in with that heart, your body temperature, and we're going to slide down into a forward bend at your own pace. So inhale is going to be up, exhale, slide down. Bend your knees as much or as little as you want. Great. Now, next time you come up, we're going to get rid of our block.
And again, some of you may want to use a wall, some will be in the center of the room. You're going to take your weight onto your left foot, reach for your right ankle. And so you're keeping that bent knee towards your straight leg, right? And you're just giving your quad a nice little stretch. And then you might start to move that knee front to back. And you're still breathing, and you have a non-moving spot to focus on. You might hold on to your ankle, or you could have a strap here. Now you're going to start to press the ankle into the hand, making space between the heel and the buttock. Long, smooth breaths, no forcing. When you feel complete, gently bringing the heel in and releasing that foot to the floor. Still breathing, still focused, finding your balance, reaching the left ankle into the right hand. And again, keeping that bent knee towards the straight leg, starting to move your knee front to back. Long, smooth breaths. And then if it sounds good, you're going to start to press that ankle into the hand. And we're not going for a full dancer pose, right? We're just looking to create some space between the heel and the buttock, find our balance, and keep breathing. When you feel complete, gently releasing that foot onto the ground. And last time doing this today, we're going to take the hands onto the thighs, inhale up, and exhale, slide into our forward bend. And doing that a couple of times. When you feel like you've found your center, we're going to make our way down to the floor. And stretch your legs out. And so while you're here for a moment, I just want you to notice the parts of your body that are connected to the floor, right? So are your heels touching the floor, the calves, your butt? And then you're going to inhale, shoulders up, exhale, take them down the back body. One more time. And then we're going to inhale with the hands on the thighs. Exhale, come down over your legs. And we've done this movement a number of times today in a variety of ways. And so you're taking a deep forward bend that feels comfortable for you, right? Maybe your feet are flexed, so the backs of the legs are engaged. And if it doesn't feel good to hold the position, you're going to inhale up and exhale down. And on your next inhale, whenever that is, we're going to make our way up. And then you're going to safely get yourself onto your back body. And before you get yourself down onto the floor, I'd like you to have a block. And if you have something that you use as a strap, close by. And you might also have anything that you're going to use for Shavasana close by, so you don't have to get up and get it. So we're going to make our way down onto our backs. Knees bent, feeling your feet on the floor. And again, before we go any further, just noticing those parts of the body that are connected to the floor, right? Being aware of sensation or lack of sensation. Now, the arms are going to be at the sides of the body. Your feet are about hip width apart. The inhale is going to be arms come overhead, knees open out to the sides. Exhale, knees come together, arms come back down to the sides of your body. If it doesn't feel good to move through the arms, you might just move through the legs. Exploration. This is the first time really that we've been extending the arms over the head in this way. And so noticing if that enhances the pose for you or not. And last time. And whenever you exhale, the arms are going to come down and the knees are going to come together.
And again, pausing for a moment. And now this next set of poses, we're going to use a block under your pelvis, and you're gonna wanna make sure you're staying off of the back body. And if it doesn't feel good to have your pelvis lifted like this, you can do this pose with your back completely on the floor. Okay, so you're gonna get yourself comfortable. You could also use a bolster or folded blanket under your pelvis as well. And we're gonna bring the right knee in towards the body. And maybe that foot is flexed and you're bringing that knee in a way that feels comfortable, right? So it might be a little stretch, but no pain or discomfort. And then we're gonna lift the left foot off of the floor and reach the left foot up towards the sky. So you're holding on to the right knee and it's bent. And then you're gonna slowly lower that left heel towards the floor and let it hover over the ground. And long, smooth breaths. Now, if it sounds interesting, you might reach your left hand towards the right ankle with that foot flexed and bring it across your body. It's kind of like an upside down pigeon prep pose. And if it sounds inviting, you're going to bend that right knee and take it to the outside of the left ankle. But again, only doing what really feels good, right? Now, when you're ready to come down, you're going to uncross that right ankle and bring your right foot to the floor and then hold on to the left knee. And so now your right knee is bent, foot's on the floor, left knee is bent, and you're holding on to it towards your body. And then we're going to reach that left foot up towards the sky, flex the foot, and slowly lower the leg towards the floor, letting it hover over the ground, still breathing, noticing sensation, noticing breath. And again, if it sounds inviting, you're going to reach that right hand towards the left ankle and pull that lower leg across your body. And if it doesn't feel inviting, you might just stay in the other position. And then again, if it sounds inviting, you're going to bend the right knee and place the left ankle to the outside on top of the right thigh. And keep breathing. And again, whenever you're ready, we're going to uncross. And this time, instead of taking the feet to the floor, we're going to reach them up towards the sky. And bring your hands onto your thighs. And just pause for a moment and breathe. Now, I want you to, in your own time, right? So we're going to flex the feet. You're going to have your hands on your thighs. You're going to press towards the sky with the feet and press your hands into your thighs and your thighs into your hands. Keep breathing. But we have a lot of sensation happening because we're engaging our muscles in different ways. Still breathing, and then you're going to release, bend those knees, take them in towards your chest. You're going to do that one more time. Straighten your legs, slide your hands onto your thighs, flex the feet, press thighs into hands, hands into thighs. Keep breathing. And whenever you're ready, releasing the knees towards the body. Now from here, noticing how you're feeling. You know, some of you might be getting tired of having the block there. Some of you might not have it there. We're going to carefully take our feet down to the ground so that we're in a supported bridge pose. So you have maybe the block under your pelvis. If you're feeling like you want to do some moving bridge pose, you could take the block out. But what I want you to do is just find a comfortable place for the head and shoulders. Open up your chest, long, smooth breath. See if you can soften yourself into this pose a little bit. Relax your jaw and the muscles in your face. Long, smooth breaths. Now, very carefully, whenever you're ready, we are going to take that block out. Carefully bring your pelvis down to the floor. And then feeling your feet on the floor, we're just going to tilt the pelvis up and down. So as you inhale, tilt the pelvis up, exhale, tilt the pelvis down. Feeling the sensation again of the lower back on the floor. Some of you might want to move in like a circular motion. If you do that, do a couple times in each direction, or it might feel better to just go front to back, but you're just going to explore for a moment. So this is the time when I want you to check in with your body and ask your body, is there anything else that I need before I prepare for Shavasana, right? And so one of my favorite things I've been doing a lot of recently, is having a rolled blanket and just keeping my butt on the floor and having the blanket under my head and the rest of my spine and relaxing in this way. So that's something that you might want to do, relaxing the shoulders, opening up the chest. Some of you might want to do a little twist or some full shoulder stand. Just kind of seeing whatever it is that you desire to do in this moment. And, with the possibility of, relaxing, what would feel really good in your body right now? And then when you're ready, and some of you might already be ready, you're going to make your way into Shavasana, like whatever that looks like for you today, right? And so thinking warm and comfortable, gentle, smooth breaths. And for the next little bit of time, imagine anything, toxins, tension, negative thinking, anything that's not serving you in this moment, that you just automatically release it into the earth to be transmuted. Shaddaya Samvedante Vedante Somena Saha Saharajnya Rajyate Rajnya So as always, if you want to stay a little bit longer on your back, please do so. If you'd like to do a breathing practice, I invite you to make your way up to a seated position with your spine nice and long in some way that you're comfortable, still warm. Maybe your eyes are closed. And so exhaling completely, we're going to add some pauses into our breath. So inhaling, 2, 3, pause. Exhale, 2, 3, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4. And continue on with a pace that works for you, seeing if you can keep your inhale, pause, exhale, and pause the same length, so that you're never stressing in any of the areas. And after your next exhale, whenever that happens to be in the pause after it, allow your breath to go to its natural rhythm. And for our focus practice, and there's no rush, so if you're still finishing breathing, do so. We're going to place one hand over our heart and one hand over the third eye. So a lot of times when we're doing our breathing practice, we have our hands lower on the body. But for today, so one hand over your forehead, one hand over your heart. And connect with your breath and the sensation and maybe warmth of your hands. And imagine that we're connecting the head and the heart, right? So our thinking and feeling parts. And possibly breathing in through your top hand, out through the heart, then in through the heart, out through the top hand. If your arms get tired at any point, it's okay to release them. But our focus practice being connecting the head and the heart. And it's possible that you felt that connection instantaneously. It's also possible that it didn't happen yet and you can continue the practice on your own after we're done. And I'm going to invite you to release your hands and take them onto your heart, and it could be one hand over the other or like an Anjali Mudra. And now just breathing right into your heart center. And today, I'm going to invite you to make some sounds without releasing them from our heart. Okay? So if you'd like to, if you'd like to enjoy me, if you'd like to join me, we'll do the sounds Hu, Ah, and Om, obviously one at a time. So nice big in-breath. Inhaling, the next sound will be Ah. Ah. And the next sound will be Om. Om. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm hoping that everybody feels a little bit soothed. I know that I do. I feel much more centered. I feel warmer. And I hope you do as well. Namaste.